Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from a bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really wanna brag, I'm just telling that I'm leaving with a bag. High five to the scarred and the strange, from the outlaw that'll never get tamed. Biscuit beats from the pirate band, sign this deal with a lobster hand. Freestyle like a bowling pin, flex these bars on a dolphin fin. Life's too short but I can't complain, doing backflips on a candy cane. Ride my scooter with a cape at night, and I'ma high five me a a traffic light. I blink twice, then I teleport. Got kicked out of the Trump resort. Bought this cloud on a payment plan, then I ghosted out in a minivan. Mic in my hand like a waffle cone, spitting out syrup in the twilight zone. Got no job, but I'm on the clock, and you can't stop me, cause don't stop. Hey ladies, oh, when you're hot, yeah. When you're not, you're not. Nope. Hey fellas, oh, when you're hot, yeah. When you're not, you're not. You know I'm hot. How many licks till the pepper gon' pop? Told my cap it's the CEO. Then I moonwalked in a UFO. Mic my shoes with a Christmas wreath. Dropping these bars while I brush my teeth. Flipping this verse like a boomerang. Landed on stage in your backpack filled with a new disease. Telling my doubts I'm hard to please. We don't care, we bounce on clouds. Sing off key and we're still too loud. Biscuit drops. And you can't stop me, cause don't stop. Hey ladies, oh, when you're hot, yeah. When you're not, you're not. Nope. Hey fellas, oh, when you're hot, yeah. When you're not, you're not. I see through your act and I still enjoy the show. Yeah. Too bad, gotta deal with it. Some of y'all too big for your britches. How's about a high five for the good girls and the good guys? Come on, too bad, gotta deal with it. Some of y'all too big for your britches. How's about a high five for the good girls and the good guys? You know who you are.
From the automotive capital of the world, we get a look at a venue that pays homage to that industry. Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. Today, we're ready for an entertaining battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Leading the Vikings here, head coach Kevin O'Connell. These guys trying to stop hovering around 500. They come in 4-3 to this one. Along the opposing sideline, head coach of the Lions, Dan Campbell. These guys coming off the bye week, so we'll keep an eye on it, bro. We'll see the Vikings offense now for the first time. And it'll be their rookie QB who brings them out.
Jake, when I watch these rookie quarterbacks running out to open a game, I think of the old World Series great pitcher Cliff Lee. And he made a one-handed play in the World Series and was asked about it afterwards. They said, man, how do you have so much poise? You didn't even look nervous on that stage. And he said, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. You got to tell yourself you'll be just fine. And these rookie QBs, it's part of learning here. They're climbing.
Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That one's incomplete over the middle. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Gets this one out to Moss. We will not get any further, but plenty of progress already.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Here's McCarthy on 1st and 10. Drop off caught by his back. And second down is going to be a good bit tougher, and he can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Running on second with Moss. They're working a couple yards past the line. It's Matthew Judon in on the tackle.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. And he's hauled down there for the sack on the final play of quarter number 1. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. 7-0 is our score. We're back to Ford Field. The Vikings and their running back about to get back to work. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Starting the drive with a give to Moss. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Right back to Moss now. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss, we've got 2nd and 11.
I'll talk to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Completed over the middle. And some excellent work on this play. It takes him a while to get to him downfield.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
1st and 10 from the 41. A handoff right for Moss. Dropped by the first guy he met. A little gain on that first down run.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famers, Mike Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlake, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
And he's going to squeeze about 8 yards out of that run block. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd down.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Moss with another carry. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a fourth.
Vikings returning their offense and this running back to the field. And he sure has proven to be a handful for them, grabbing their attention as a runner, but actually doing a good bit of damage as part of the team's passing game, too. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
I'm not going to lie. You know they got a completion. The completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
From the 38. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Jordan Addison, the intended target. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. Here's McCarthy to throw. Setting up the screen to Moss. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
With that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Throwing again now, McCarthy. Dumps it off to his running back. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Vikings back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Moss with the run to start this 3rd quarter. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
You know, for pitchers, you hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss, just like that.
They went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Pass caught by Moss. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
And it's 3rd down.
McCarthy throwing here. Setting up the running back screen. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
First down, Minnesota.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down. Now after that snap, there's an injured Lion still out there. We'll get a stoppage here as they go out to look at him. 2nd and 15. Spreads a couple of defenders and completes it. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Well, he came down a little awkwardly after making that tackle. Looks like he's in some discomfort now. We're going to have medical head out to check on him. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll give to Moss on his own read. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
The Vikings, and this running back headed back out for a new series. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Drive starts with a run by Moss. They're driving him closer and closer, Brock. This play made behind the line. They're now back at the 6.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way. That's going to bring up a tough third down.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate. Right, we talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. Handoff headed left. It's Moss. He's limited to a gain of about 3, which means they are well short. This is 4th down. Vikings returning their offense and this running back to the field. This could be the decisive drive. Down 2 scores late. They've got to find some points to get it back within 1. First and 10. It's McCarthy. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So second down coming up.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
At the 30 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. McCarthy. There's a man, Justin Jefferson. Stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Vikings trail by 15. No timeouts and down 2 scores. They've got to find points quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Back to the air. McCarthy. Hits him on the out route. And they bring him down around the 34.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And the stop is made at the 32, so give him almost enough for a new set of downs. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Here he is to throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Lions will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
So in Motor City, it's a home win for the Lions. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said,
It's been a tough month for the team. They need somebody to step up and turn things around. This could be his opportunity to do just that.
Football League brings us to the Twin Cities and U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, the home of the Vikings. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings. On the Baltimore sideline, we'll look at head coach John Harbaugh. His team establishing themselves among the league elite at 7-1 here through the first couple of months of the season. On the other sideline, it is the Vikings head coach, Kevin O'Connell. His guys stuck in a bit of a losing streak, hoping to return. It's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it. We'll find out early on what the plan is.
Ball on the 35. Here comes a 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff to Moss. And he's going to weave his way forward. It's a first down at the 44-yard line.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the gun, here's McCarthy. To the outside, he's got Jefferson. And they'll get about half what they needed to pick up a 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At their 49-yard line.
To throw is McCarthy. To the left side here. Caught by Addison. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the ground, this is Moss. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Roquan Smith there to bring him down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 40-yard line.
He'll give up the middle to Moss. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. Vikings football as we begin this second quarter as they come up now on 3rd and 7. Now McCarthy. He'll try to set up the screen with Moss. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. Off he goes.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner.
It's a gain of 8.
A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
On the zone read, they'll hand it to Moss. And this defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back, and they get him down for no gain.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
Now they'll pitch it out here. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the game to only 1.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on 4th down. They'll try it now with Moss. And he's going to pick up the Vikings first down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on fourth down.
Just a great effort by the back. I mean, just the ability to keep your legs moving, to make sure he had enough to pick up the first down. He's able to move the chain by a few, and just a great call, great execution, especially given the circumstances.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll run with Moss. He's to the 10. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. That's the 5th touchdown for him of the year.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
See his numbers from that opening drive, which includes the touchdown run. They begin once more with a first down. On first down, here's McCarthy. He'll find his tight end, Josh Oliver. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
That's good.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down. Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hansen at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much.
And the Vikings offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. A run with Moss to begin the drive. Not much happening there, just a short game.
He's brought down at the 31. 1 yard gain.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play. It is 3rd and long. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Vikings offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
And he's going to be taken down to 37. first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
A drop play. That's Moss. And he is planted. Backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage of the game.
That one caught by the former Lion, T.J. Hawkinson. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. The break the huddle coming up now for first and 10.
That's good for Vikings.
Here's Moss.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
It is 2nd and 9. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 9. Fourth quarter begins on the ground. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
3rd and 2, and here's McCarthy. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout.
First down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing now, it's McCarthy. There's Jefferson. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Ravens' 15-yard line.
Handoff, it's Moss running right, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
3rd down, here's Moss. He stopped at the 11, but that is enough. A first down picked up as they are getting close. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. This one caught at the 4. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too...
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. That's his 2nd touchdown of this one. And he's got a half dozen for the year. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
We've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. And this game is not a done deal just yet. Still have 3 timeouts to the defense. Now, if there's one first down, it seals the deal. but there is still a chance for the defense to get the ball back. A run over center with Moss. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now the Ravens use their first timeout, and the clock is stopped with 45 seconds left in the game. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Another try with Moss. And he will be taken down. We'll see. They want to use those timeouts. And this one is about done.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Here comes 3rd and 6. They go once more with Moss. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not, but things are pretty much spoken
A gain of
for.
3. It's 4th down.
So a win here for the Vikings. This one went down to the wire. They're able to persevere. They're going to walk out of here with a well-deserved victory.
The Vikings game is over, but his work isn't done yet. There's been a lot of external talk about this team, and it's finally time that the players are asked about it.
us inside beautiful U.S. Bank Stadium, the home of the Vikings. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. On the Bears sideline, their head coach, Ben Johnson. These guys have really been struggling. 2-6 in their last 8. On the other sideline, it is the Vikings head coach, Kevin O'Connell. His team looking for a spark, hoping their fans will get. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
Well, I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards. If I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game.
Second and 8 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second and 8.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
The run out of the gun with Moss. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
That's a gain of 3. Now third and 5.
Here we go. Liking it, go.
They'll go play action here with McCarthy. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he will go all the way. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. It's his third touchdown catch. The Vikings offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's first and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Moss. Oh, that's not going to work out at all. That is a safety. The Vikings offense make their way out to take over once more. And they will be looking to turn things around. They had the safety, turned it against them the last time they had it, followed by a field goal. So now they operate from behind as they've got it back first and 10. On first and 10, it's McCarthy.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It's pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. First down, Minnesota.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack. And it's clear why.
He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's second down.
1-yard gain brings up second.
Looking out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time, and it'll be third down. Here's McCarthy. And that is incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. And It's going to bring up 4th down. The Vikings offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. On 1st and 10, it's Moss. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line. We go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Moss. He's inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Minnesota. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
And now, after the big play, going to cut that celebration short, because they're going to stay out and go for 2. They're going to try to run it in. And he's into the end zone again. It's the octopus. He's out a long run for 6. He punches in the 2. All 8 points for good measure.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have
Vikings offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. And off from the pistol, it's Moss. Peeling forward for maybe a yard. Gervon Dexter there on the tag.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's McCarthy. That's dropped off for Moss.
McCarthy's pass. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and
3rd
9.
and 9. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete.
Comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. Philippe sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. On the toss, they give it to Moss. This defense all over this one. They get it down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
3rd down and
3rd
12.
and long. Looking to throw. McCarthy. They'll try to set up the screen here. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made...
This offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Moss. And this is going nowhere. He's going backwards to the 4-yard line. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. On the ground, this is Moss. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. Talk things over before 3rd down. We'll try to run it here with Moss. He's going to have the Vikings 1st down. At least it appears that way. He got it maybe by the length of the football.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Opening carry of the game for Aaron Jones. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Now this time they'll look to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. And that one just too long to get going. They'll come up and stop him before the lineman could get out or lead the way. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. It's 3rd and 4. They'll drop to throw. He's got a receiver. It's Addison. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Good for a Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. 2nd and 11. Over and right here with Moss. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
That's another Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So a win here for the Vikings. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time this year.
Fan favorite is a title not earned, but bestowed upon somebody by the team's most passionate supporters, and it can cement them as a legend in their city forever.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. It's all about divisional matchups on this final day of the regular season, and we've got a compelling one in store here, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
I should probably start a head, boy, because I got a lot of heads, boy. All that drink, you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drip. Now that rappers pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All the books in me, I thought it made me richer. Wasn't paying me enough, I needed something quicker. So now I'm all in nigga, just me put it working. Man, it's 2008, I'm trying to paint the picture.
Set to go, Young Wei Koo ready to do the honors. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Taking it right down Broadway. Alvin Kamara. Moving inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And a point after, good by Groupie. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Penix. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. The Falcons at 2-14 in what's been a tough year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
When you look at the Saints defense, this unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Here's 2nd and 10. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
18 Cardinal,
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
45, White, set.
Throwing is Rattler. Little short pass here to Hill. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd.
Here we go. Yellow, go. 52 blue, blaster, 6.
Rattler wants to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. In our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think, Roby?
Well, number one, they'll turn to a self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To the air, Penix. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And the points result, we'll call this play significant.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, Shaq. Check out.
A play fake. Now Penix. Crossing route incomplete. He's got Pitts. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They'll throw with Penix. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Drake London, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this one fielded in the end zone. It won't be returned, so it'll come out to the 30.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's Rattler. Flushed out right. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So a win here in Atlanta would give them the season sweep. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go. Ready.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. He gets it to Cooks. And he is goes into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Saints have taken the lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Penix. And that is incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Here we go. 45. White. Black ultra. Yellow. Go. 6. Mega. Ready?
Now Rattler. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Let's go now.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd down and a yard.
Ready. Black. 60 red. 60 red.
They run it again with Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's 3rd down.
Ready.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Ready, ready. Red, 38. Hey, green. Ready.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Ready, set.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hut.
To the air is Rattler. There's Chris Olave. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Drill. Come on, set. Black 40. White, white. Hut, hut.
Rattler working out of the gun. He completes it to Olave. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Kamara is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Ready.
Again, Kamara. And this time he scores. Touchdown, New Orleans. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Groupie able to add the PAT. And it's now 21-7. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out when they punted the football.
You know, if they stopped so soundly during the series, but it would be even worse now. Is letting it happen again right here. They got to get going.
From the 23, here's the 2nd and 9. They'll go play action here with Penix. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now a toss play to Algier. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
3rd and 7.
And looking to throw, Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult...
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. Back to the ground with Robinson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Ready up!
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Looking to throw, Penix. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson from 17 yards out. And the Falcons are back within a score. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Here we go.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Ready. Fight.
Now they'll audible to something else. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 107 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Okay, right.
3rd and 3.
Go. 33. Go pink. Go red.
In motion, the tight end.
Hey, blue. Go black. Set, huh?
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On the ready.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Down. Cut.
They'll go play action here with Rattler. Steps away to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Here we go, set. Yellow, 43, blaster, 6. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. Cooks on the quick slant. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Ready, set. 43 rail, set, green jack. Ready.
From the gun, here's Rattler. And that is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. White, red, 38. Blue striker.
To the air once more is Rattler. Buying time to his left. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to launch this thing right downfield. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Falcons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Koo now for the point after. And this one's back to an 8-point game.
Next to score, Saints 29, Falcons 21. Younghoe Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Saints take over first and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Ready.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back. Maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Intercepted. The Falcons take over first and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. Here's Penix. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up second down.
At the 13-yard line.
To the air, Penix. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Here we go, set, let's go. Panther 60,
Third and goal from the 6. Shreds the tackle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. On the bootleg, it's Penix. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Falcons take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
They'll try and throw with Penix. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
29, Falcons 27.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And just shutting him off there. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Set, ready. Black, 95.
They'll fake the give, and here's Rattler. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Jalen Walker picks up his second sack of the afternoon. They need 12 here. It's third down.
Down.
Here's Rattler. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Agnew now to return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, there we go, as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Yeah, they clawed their way back into this game. First half, they were down pretty big. Now, all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. How have they done it?
First thing is what you just talked about, clawing their way back in. That means they've decided to go ahead and fight this thing out, which is great. The second part is they looked at where the problem...
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Here we go. Set.
Throwing is Rattler. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
20, set,
They'll send a receiver in motion left. From the shotgun, Rattler. And that's complete downfield to Cooks. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so two remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two.
Here we go, set, ready.
They'll try and throw for it. Cooks full extension, it's complete. So they try to make it a two-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A two-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They begin the drive with Robinson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll throw with Penix. This pass is caught by London. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A play fake. Now Penix. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Third down and 6.
Now Penix. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go now.
To the air is Rattler. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 75 yards. And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Groupie for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
This is caught. It's Cox. And they go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Beetle, here we go. Blue, steel, black, fury, yellow, tag.
Now Rattler. Flush to his right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
That's complete to Mooney. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 15. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
He sets to fire deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 64 yards. And the Saints are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. A point after, good by Groupie. And the lead is now 24. On the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they, unfortunately, are staring at a mini-losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And, boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Cameron Jordan, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. The offense on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and forever.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go street. I got him. That's me.
And looking to throw, Penix. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jonas Sanker. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach...
That is intercepted at the goal line. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. So he picks it in one end zone, brings it all the way down inside the red zone.
And he took a gamble, didn't he, Brandon? I mean, he intercepted that in the end zone. Could have taken a knee there. They get the ball in their own 20. Great job taking the ball away. But he takes that chance, brings it out. And boy, what a conversion that turned out to be.
They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. The Falcons are going to leave the offense out there. They'll go for 2.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. It's complete. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Two scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That is incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Slide, 10 black.
Rattler working out of the gun. He's going to take another shot here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Rattler wants to throw it. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Smash, red. Set, punch. Black 40. Ready.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 138 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Eluding the pressure right. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Cycle.
From the gun, here's Rattler. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Disrupting that play and dropping him was Arnold Abakady.
It's 3rd down and goal.
Tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Blue struck black, now clawed red, fury, yellow, black, ultra. Ready?
They'll look to throw forward with Rattler. He gets this complete to Shaheed. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready?
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And some space here. There he goes again. Inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson, 65 yards. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Here's Penix. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Two scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Ready, red, put.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And we take it in by Shaheed. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Saints have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
The Saints will line up for the 2-point
Cycle.
conversion.
6, mega. Cut.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Oh, some strong running. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Ready up.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Here we go. Shotgun.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
2nd and 5.
Let's go now.
Again, it's Robinson. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll go for it. Here's Penix. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. No reason not to try it there. They do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
To the air, Penix. Over the middle, that's caught by McClellan. And he's brought down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Get it together.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides can